ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. Game time. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. I just got 20, I'm running on empty. There's more where that came from, my money is silly. I feel it envy, not trying to be friendly. It is what it is, if you want me, come get me. Whenever you ready, no, I keep it steady. Yeah, I get the W, throw the confetti. Please do not tempt me, don't hold it against me. We bout that action, don't ever. Squad of gorillas, the army, the navy. When I call a play, I'ma score like I'm Brady. The title is mine, if you want it, come take it. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. I'm ready for more. Whole squad in the field, yeah, we tell them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. If you looking for me, you know where to find me. I leave you dusted, I leave you behind me. I flip the switch from 0 to 90. If you do too much, I'ma do the almighty.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with the Washington football team. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. A nice little gift there to start the ball game as they will begin things at the 40-yard line. Now a toss right side. It's Gordon. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Bridgewater to throw it. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. From the gun, Bridgewater. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a handoff. This is Gordon going left. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick got his man complete over the middle. It's Baker, and they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone. To throw is Fitzpatrick. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Von Miller in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And now we're going to get a delay of game. And that's going to back them up halfway. They're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
Now a 2nd down throw for Fitzpatrick. He's going to launch this thing way downfield into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, right? Because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
That one good for 10 yards, and it'll be 2nd and very short. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Here's Gordon. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. That one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, and it's 3rd and short.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The kick by McManus is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Fitzpatrick. His throw incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Fitzpatrick now.
Got an open man, finds Gibson.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Fitzpatrick on 1st down. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Fitzpatrick again. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Antonio Gibson, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. Fitzpatrick to throw it. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin.
Touchdown, Washington.
Terry McLaurin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And Washington has taken the lead.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you've got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. Bridgewater finding Judy there for the Bronco first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Gordon. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Now Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater.
Daron Payne able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Throwing is Bridgewater. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Thomas, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Fitzpatrick. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. A 1st down throw for Fitzpatrick. That's out to the flat for Gibson. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
2nd and 6. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Fitzpatrick. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he will be brought down, but a 1st and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. On the ground with a tight end. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Gibson. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try to run it with Gibson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Antonio Gibson.
His second touchdown on the season.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw is Bridgewater.
Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
Bridgewater to Hamler, first down Broncos. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Flush to his right, and this head straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes a flag. They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Bridgewater now.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free, and there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play fake. Bridgewater.
Got a man. It's Judy, complete. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Here's Bridgewater. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Play action now. Bridgewater. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And McManus able to put it through, and that will do it for this first half. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
From the 22, Fitzpatrick. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Third and short yardage, Fitzpatrick. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Here's Fitzpatrick. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. Thomas brings it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. Again, it's Fitzpatrick. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Fitzpatrick going to give to Gibson. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to second and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
On second down, here's Gibson again.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Gibson.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
A handoff for Gibson.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. To throw, Fitzpatrick.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And Washington going to add on to their lead.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive, that situation.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater escaping the pressure right.
He'll go up top here for Hamler.
Here's a diving catch right side. A gain there of 30 big ones.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
Still 15 yards to go, 2nd down.
Bridgewater.
This will be caught. Judy.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 15 yards there on the play as they try to chip away at this 15-point deficit. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To throw, Bridgewater. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Off the play fake, Bridgewater.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by Bobby McCain.
And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Here's Fitzpatrick.
He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 6.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Alexander Johnson. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
5 yards remain on 2nd down.
Bridgewater. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
The Broncos on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
44 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Well, time, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly. And what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
Here's Gibson to start the drive.
And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20.
Bradley Chubb there on the tackle.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there.
Washington on third down.
They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 11. Now Fitzpatrick. And Thomas has it. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. A gain of 32 that time. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and 7, Fitzpatrick. This is brought in by Gibson. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Fitzpatrick.
Got his man, Baker.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Throwing here, Fitzpatrick. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater.
Able to find Judy.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Here's Bridgewater.
Right back to Judy, and it's complete.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. On play action, it's Bridgewater.
That's out to the flat for Gordon.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be
pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Daron Payne giving him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Able to get this to Gordon. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. Desperation time, 4th down, Bridgewater. This is caught, and they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Throwing, Bridgewater. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. And that won't help much. Only a yard on first down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So it's Washington getting the victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Washington, they'll